Hi you guys, I'm going to show you how to do roots and sevenths in your left hand to play ballad style jazz piano. And it is just as it sounds, root and seventh in the left hand. And I like to think of the seventh as being a whole step from the root, or a half step in this case for major 7 chords. Instead of counting all the way up, it's easier to think whole step from the root, whole step from the root. Okay, so here is Autumn Leaves. It sounds a little dissonant, right, until I get the melody in there. So here's the melody, which is centered around the third. That's why that sounds good. We have 3 up here, 7, and root, so everything's covered. Now I'm going to put the pedal down a little bit here, how it's sustaining, while I move my hand over here. Then a little bit of pedal again, so we don't hear the left hand moving. Okay, maybe you break up the root and seventh. Which is kind of a nice technique every now and then. Maybe we add some notes up here. So there's a lot of space. We have root and seventh and third. We have all this area up here. So I'm going to add a note from the chord, and the most important note we can always emphasize is 7 to 3, or thirds and sevens in there somehow. 7 to 3, 7 to 3, 7 to 3. Maybe I add some notes of the chord in this case I have 5 and 7. Could have added 11 and 5 and 7. Another way you could do this is you could utilize your full voicings, your 2-5-1 and B flat. Here's our E flat major 9 chord, 2-5-1 and G minor. So again, 2-5-1, B flat, E flat major 9, A half diminished or A minor 7 flat 5, 1 finger down to D7 flat 9. And you could get into this kind of motion, root, chord, then to the next chord, then root, chord to the next chord, root, chord. I don't have time to do root, chord, root, chord. That sounds a little stride-like, and unless you're really going for that, which you might be, you know, maybe not on this tune, but another one, that's how that stride motion gets going, root, chord. It's a little busy for me for a ballad, right? So I'm going to do it every other time, or I'm just going to interchange it with the seventh and the third. I'm sorry, the root and the seventh. So let me just play kind of freestyle and let you pick out some ideas. You notice I'm playing rubato, which just means to rob the time. I'll go on to the next section. Here's one of those chords. I hit the root and the chord here. Root and chord. Root, chord. Root, chord, chord. In the middle there, these are the chords that we have, 2-5-1 and E flat here, 2-5-1 and E flat. Prior to that is G minor, C13, 2-5-1 and E flat. I think I actually did this, which is instead of this chord, B flat 13, I'm adding a flat 9 here. Nice, it's a nice sound. Let's see, I'll start from the middle part. Chord, hopefully that will give you some ideas.